We're good to go. Okay, so hey everyone, welcome to this week's class. It's going to be on when to level and also how to level in TFT. So as usual, if you have any big questions, leave them for the end. But if you do have something that pertains to the slide at hand, then feel free to ask the question. Okay, so here we go. It's going to be more of a beginner's class today. Just talking everything about leveling. So what leveling is, how to level, when to level, different types of leveling, general level, and then final notes on leveling. So today is a full-on level day. But let's start off first with a introduction, or like what is leveling. So in leveling in TFT, you spend 4 gold to gain 4 XP. That's manual leveling. If this is your entire screen, it'll be a little button down here that says level. And then it'll be 4 gold for 4 XP. And then why level, right? Why even buy XP? Well, when you level up and get to a new level, you increase the number of units that you can put on your board, and you also increase your chances of finding higher cost units. So this chart on the right here, this essentially shows how much experience or XP you need to get to your next level. So I'll explain it real quick. Everyone will start at level 1, right? That means you could play only 1 unit on your board, and you can only see 100% one cost. Okay, you'll automatically get to level 2 after the first round. And then now you start seeing these XP thresholds. So basically to get to level 3, you need 2 XP from level 2 to 3. To get to level 4, you need 6 XP. And essentially once you've reached this threshold, so let's say on this example, let's say you're level 4. Once you get 10 XP, you're going to go to level 5. And then now you're level 5, now you need 20 to get to level 6. So that's how the XP system works. And as you see, you need more and more XP to get to the higher levels. And that is because you're going to start finding some higher cost units at higher levels. So that's why they make it a bit harder to get to the higher levels. And so that's manual leveling. And there's also passive. So every round of the game, you will get 2 XP. You don't have to do anything about it. It will load in at the start of your round. And so you'll always get 2 every round. And then you can manually pay 4 gold for 4 XP whenever you want. You can also get to level 10, but that's a special augment called level up. And in that case, it will give you 7 XP for every 4 gold, but that is a special augment. So that's a really basic intro into what is leveling and why to level. This chart here is the percentage of odds that you can find for a specific unit. So the first one is the pool size. So that means like how many copies of that unit are in the actual game for everyone to share. Everyone shares the same pool of units. So it's like, imagine there's a giant bag of marbles and there's 8 people around you, including yourself. So I guess 7. And you're all sticking your hands in the marble bag to pick out these marbles or units. And as soon as you pick one out, that means that marble is now gone. So for example, if you get a 1 cost unit or one copy of a 1 cost unit, this will now be 28 for everyone. So that's how it works. 29 copies of each 1 cost, and then 10 copies of each 5 cost. And then as you level up, you're going to start seeing more available chance for the higher cost units. So like once you hit level 4, you now have access to 3 costs or tier 3 units. And then you can start seeing 5 costs at level 7. You have 1% chance to see one. So that's how it works, and that's also why we level. So basically the level that you are affects the appearance odds of units. So example on over here is your tier number, or the unit tier number is the amount of gold you need to purchase, or simply put, their cost. This is pretty simple. So like tier 1 is 1 cost. So if you see a Lucian in your shop, they're gray, it's a tier 1, it's 1 cost. If it's Pike, it's green, it's tier 2, it's a 2 cost. And then 5 costs are legendaries. And the color coding, I think tier 1 is gray, tier 2 is green, tier 3 is blue, tier 4 is purple, and then tier 5 is gold. But you'll be able to see this in your shop, and you'll be able to buy them from there. So that's why we level. And then most of the time you want to get to the higher levels, so then you can start really making your board either around rerolling 3 costs or having your 2-star 4 costs. But basically, unless you're rerolling like a lower cost unit, you will be trying to get to level 7, level 8, and then hopefully level 9 to really get that 16% chance of getting your legendary units and capping out your board. On the top left, this is an example of what your leveling will look like and your shop odds. So as I mentioned, it's gray, green, blue, purple, gold. The colors don't really matter. It just helps you distinguish like what cost they are. And then let's say you're level 4, right? That means you could check it out here. So 55, 30, 15. That means you have 55% chance of seeing a 1 cost, 30% chance of seeing a 2 cost, and a 15% chance of seeing a 3 cost. and it's impossible for you to see the 4 or 5s. So that's why it encourages you, if you want to get to, if you want access to the higher cost units, then you gotta level up, you gotta pay the money, and that's why economy early is super important. So that's what leveling is. We're going to get into the different types of leveling now. So there's 3. The first one is, I'm not going to talk about it yet, actually, because I want to talk about leveling on interval. So that is the term here, leveling on interval. As I mentioned, right, it's 4 gold, and in exchange, you will get 4 XP. So you will never be able to buy like 3 XP or 5 XP, so no odd numbers. It'll always be 4 for 4, unless you have your level up augment. So what does this mean? It means that there's going to be specific rounds where it's the best time to level, or leveling on interval. So this means leveling when your XP bar is a multiple of 4. So the example I give here is like 16 out of 56. So this, in this case, it'd be like leveling to level 8. When it's 16 to 56, you only need 40. So that's 10 iterations of 4 gold, and that's perfect iteration. Another example is level 6. So this is the example here. So let's say you're level 5. And the perfect time to go level 6, this is a common interval, is on stage 3-2, because then when it's 8 out of 20, you only need to pump 3 times, 12 gold, 12 XP, it'll perfectly be 20 out of 20, and you'll be able to go level 6. Now I might be thinking like, oh yeah, Max, that's all nice and dandy, but why is it even that important to be that perfect? Like why does it have to be like a perfect interval? Like 20 out of 20, what's the big deal? So let's say we're 6 out of 20, right? You get 2 every round. So let's say you were at 4, next round starts, now you're at 6. If you're 6 out of 20, then that means that you're gonna have to go to 10 first. Like, so pay 4 gold, go to 10, pay another 4 gold, go to 14, pay another 4 gold, go to 18, and then it'll be to 22, and you'll cap over. So you have to pay at least you have to pay more than 3 iterations, as opposed to if it was like 8 to 20, it would be exactly 3. So this is this bottom one is a uneven interval, so this is bad because it's not a perfect interval of 4. So that's what leveling on interval means. There's a couple perfect times. So the most common one is level 6 on 3-2. So 3-2 is how you read the stage number. Stage 3, round 2, most of the time everyone goes to level 6. So that's what leveling on interval is. We're gonna get into different types now. So pre-leveling, pretty basic thing. Because of the 2 passive XP you gain per round, basically you just kind of prep your level bar to be 2 from the next level. So let's say you're level 4 in this example, 8 out of 10. The next round is going to be 10 out of 10 and you'll be level 5. And what's the point of pre-leveling? Well, your level will register first before your shop. So what's going to happen is the next round's going to hit, you're now going to be level 5, and then these shop odds will be level 5 shop odds. So that's the point of pre-leveling. If you're going to level anyway and it doesn't really affect your gold, then pre-level and you will get a higher level shop as your first shop on your next round. So that's what pre-leveling is. The next one is full leveling. So as the name might suggest, it's fully leveling up in one round. And the reason why you do this is because you're most likely going to be rolling that stage or that round. So for example, let's say you got a spike, right? Like your board is not very good, or everyone is going to be spiking this round. You full level up, you get into your next level, and then you roll it down for some upgrades. So like level 6 on 3-2, you full level to 6, maybe roll a bit, or on 4-1, you full level to 7, and then you roll it down. So that's what full leveling is. It's kind of the opposite of slow leveling. So slow leveling it's the same concept as slow rolling, except now is pumping levels. So you stay above 50 gold, and any excess gold above 50, you buy XP, so you pump into levels, but you always stay above 50, so you maintain maximum interest. You get that 5 extra gold per round for interest, and it's pretty slow process, but this means that when you finally hit the level you're trying to get to, you're gonna have a ton of gold to roll at least 50, right? So 3 types: pre-leveling, full leveling, and slow leveling. Okay, so we talked about what leveling is. We talked about the 3 different types. Now let's talk about when to level. So we kind of talked about a little bit of background of it. Now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty and focus on stage 2. So stage 2, we have a flow chart. So this is us, right? This is yourself. You ask yourself the question, let's say on 2-1. So the very first combat round, right? You're getting into the game, you picked your augment, or actually technically you haven't picked your augment yet. Now you assess your board. Let's say you have a strong board, so you ask yourself, is my board strong? If it is, yes, then you could try to win streak. Now, go this way. You can try to take a combat augment, so make your strong board even stronger, and then you level to 4. So very simple. Strong board, yes. Take combat augment, level to 4, try to win. If you win, you keep trying to win, right? You win, keep playing your strongest board. You win again, you keep playing your strongest board. Win, 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 win. Five win streak, tons of money, very happy. Now, let's say we lost. Want want. We took our combat augment, we did our strong board, we faced someone who's even stronger, and we lost. Unfortunate. Now we no longer have to worry so much about trying to win. We don't want to be forcing any like really aggressive levelings because we lost. Just try to make money, kill some units, and try to make your interval as best as you can. Now let's say you won. Then you swap it back. You try to keep winning. Now play your strongest board, and it continues going like that. So basically, if you keep winning, if you win, try to keep winning. If you lose, not try to keep losing, but try to make as much money as you can. So that's what happens if at the very start you have a strong board. Let's say you don't have a strong board. No, exclamation mark. Now you can focus on just trying to make as much money as you can and stay level 3. So you don't level on 2-1. You can take a econ augment if you want, but try to make that 10 as early as you can. Let's say you win, right? You're level 3, you fought another level 3 person who didn't have a strong board, and you won. Now this next turn on 2-2, right? Because 2-1 was your first one, and then 2-2 will be your second round. Now you level 4 and try to play your strongest board. And it's the same thing as the one on the left. Try to keep winning and try to keep playing your strongest board and try to 4 streak from here. And then the same thing, if you lose, so let's say you don't have a strong board, you go to the right and then you lost, it's okay, stay level 3 and just focus on money. So the gist of this is, let's say if you are strong, level up and try to keep winning. If you're weak, don't level up and focus on money. If you initially tried to be strong, right, and then you lost, then focus on money. If you lost and you're still losing, then continue focusing on money. So win, win, lose, money. That's how it works. Any questions on this flowchart? If you want, I can also take a little snip of this and send this in our chat later. But this is just for stage 2, purely for stage 2, because stage 2 is all about economy and trying to make as much money as you can. Okay, so that is how to play stage 2 now, or how to level in stage 2. Now we'll talk about just leveling in general, so no longer just stage 2. So this is how it works. Everyone will be level 1 on stage 1-2. 1-1 is carousel. You run around, you grab your item, you pop into your board. It's now stage 1-2, and everyone's level 1. Then you go level 2 on 1-3 because the maximum that you need is 2 XP, passive 2 XP. Bam, you're now level 2 on stage 1-3. Okay, and once again, you're now level 3 on 1-4. Right? Now, this is where you decide in that flowchart. Oh, if I'm strong, then you level up to level 4 on 2-1, like this. Or if you're weak, then you stay level 3 on 2-1. So that's like stage 1 and 2 like recapped. The big ones is level 6 on 3-2. This is that perfect interval I was talking about, right? We need 20 XP, and on this case, you'll normally be like 8 out of 20. So it's perfect interval. Go level 6 on 3-2 if you're not rerolling. And then level 7, a fast 7, going level 7 fast is on 3-5. This is what you do if you're either really rich or about to die. Hopefully, this is not the case, and you can maintain until 4-1. 4-1 level 7 is the normal point. For level 8, fast 8 is considered 4-2, or a regular 8 is a 4-5. A late 8 is a 5-1. So normally try to aim for 4-5 so you have enough money to roll down. And then after you've hit everything on 8, you can start to look to go 9 on either 5-3 is a fast one, 5-6 is normal, and 6-1 is late. So from this page, all you have to remember is on stage 3-2, you go level 6. That is a common interval. On stage 4-1, you better be level 7. On stage 4-5, you better be level 8. And on stage 5-6, unless you're dead at this point, you're trying to be level 9 and you're contesting the win, hopefully. But the main thing is 3-2 level 6. And you gotta engrave that in your head, 3-2 level 6. Okay, that is general level timings. Now we're just gonna talk about some final notes here. So there are some exceptions, right? We were talking about rules, we were talking about, oh, at this stage you should be this, or at this stage you should be this. Sometimes you can break these in order to maintain your streak or stabilize. So on 3-1, you can level to 6 if you're win streaking. And this is because you sacrifice your interest money to maintain your streak and get that streak money instead. So should I draw something? Okay, so let's say this is like stage 2, right? There's 5 combat rounds of stage 2. So let's say I'll just do like 1 to 5. If you won 5 of these or even 4, that means you're already going to be on a win streak. And then when stage 3 starts, right after Krugs, on 3-1, you go level 6, you make your board strong, and then you beat everyone before everyone else goes level 6 on 3-2. So then you get 1 extra round of win streak money. So this is only the case if you're win streaking. Otherwise, you shouldn't go level 6 on 3-1 unless you're super rich or making 50 gold anyway. So that's the first exception. The second exception is on 3-5. As I mentioned, if you're either really rich or about to die, then you have to go level 7 on 3-5 and stabilize from there. So that's the second one. The very last one is if you are like actually about to die, so like 16 HP or lower, then you just have to try to level up to your next level and roll down unless you're already at level 8. Try to roll down, play for your highest placement, play your strongest board because you're at 1 life. You can't really greed economy at that point. So just try to top 4, get a 4th, and you'll be exiting that game with a smile on your face. So these are the common exceptions. Remember, go level 6 on 3-1 only if you're win streaking, right? So then you get that win streak money and sacrifice your income money. And then 3-5 level 7 if you're about to die or you have to stabilize. So that has been everything for leveling. A 20-minute guide on leveling. We'll talk about what we discussed and key points. So remember, leveling, there's 2 types. 2 XP passively, oh, it's not X. 2 XP passively, 4 XP for 4 gold. Types of leveling, there's 3 types. There's pre-leveling, full leveling, and slow leveling. Most of the time you'll be full leveling and then rolling. The stage 2 flowchart, I'll go over again one more time because it's pretty important. You should almost never pre-level for 2-1 because you don't know whether or not you're well, I guess technically you do know if you're a strong board or not, but most of the time you want to be getting 2-star 1 costs by staying level 3, which is I think 75% chance. We have our table here. Where's the table? Yeah, 75% chance of seeing a 1 cost on level 3. So if you have a lot of 1 cost pairs, then you want to stay level 3. That's why you don't normally pre-level. But remember that if you it looks like you can win, if you do have a strong board, then level to 4 and play aggressively and just try to keep winning. All right. If you don't have a strong board, it's okay to lose streak and just focus on money. Okay, that's basically level 2. And then let's say it swaps. Let's say you're losing and then winning. Try to keep winning. Let's say you're winning and you somehow lose, then you focus on money instead. So that was that. And then last thing you need to know is level 6, 3-2. This is like the golden rule of mid-game TFT. If you don't do this, then, well, it's not great, but it's okay. Well, yeah, just try to go level 6 on 3-2. Perfect interval. It costs $12. $12. It should be okay. Okay, so that's everything. We have time for Q&A now if anyone has any questions about leveling.